Hello, my name is Ali Cavanaugh, and I've been a figurative and portrait painter for over 30 years. In that time, one of the most common questions that I get asked is, what colors do you use for skin tones? Over the course of my career, I have simplified my portrait palette down to 6 unique and versatile colors. With these 6 colors, I have created a unique universal skin tone palette. You will be able to paint the lightest, fairest complexions to the darkest, deepest complexions. I'm excited to share that these colors are now available in the Ali Cavanaugh portrait set. So let's jump in and take a closer look at each of the colors, their properties, and how you can use them in your paintings. These are the colors. We've got the nickel azo yellow, the pyrrole orange, Perylene crimson, sap green, ultramarine turquoise, and Payne's gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them out and show you how I arrange my palette. And you can really see how intense these colors are. Okay, so we're going to start with the Payne's gray right here. And then I like it. I start out, with it very dark and then just kind of blend it out like this. Now we can do the ultramarine turquoise. I love this color. This color is magic. Kind of separates into the turquoise and the ultramarine. Then I have the sap green. And then we got the Perylene crimson, which is just a gorgeous color. Oh, I love this color. So here's the pyrrole orange. Let's do the yellow. Oh, this is like the zingiest, most intense yellow. I love this. The first color in the palette is this nickel azo yellow. The thing that's so great about this color in regards to portraiture is that the thinnest veils are super clean and bright. And as you layer, it gets very rich, almost leans towards like a yellow ochre. So it's very warm, and this is great for portraits. The other thing that's great about the nickel azo yellow is that it's very transparent. So as you build it up, you are not going to make any mud. It kind of works with all the other colors to make a warm glow. When the sun filters through an ear or the nose, or even sometimes the eyelids, the yellow mixed with the pyrrole orange is what is going to give you that glow. So the next color that I want to talk about is the pyrrole orange, which is an absolute essential. Whenever you have the concentration of this color, it is very warm. It's the most electric orange that's out there that I've ever been able to find. You can use this color at full strength. It's almost like a neon glow. And you can see exactly where it goes here in the ear. You can see that glowy orange. In the thinnest veils of this color, it is very cool. It's like a cool pink. In a very fair complexion, this is the color you're going to go to. So now when you mix the pyrrole orange with the nickel azo yellow, this is when you get that extra glow color. No other combination of color is going to give you the glow that these two colors give. Now let's talk about the Perylene crimson. This color is very transparent, which is what you need when you're mixing this with the sap green or mixing this with the orange. You want to keep all your colors very transparent. If they are not transparent, they will get muddy. When it's used full strength, this is great for the crevices in the ears, in the nose, in the mouth. It's great for these darkest areas. The flesh should always have a glow to it. Perylene crimson in a veil of it. This color works really well in the glowy areas of darker skin tones. The next color that I want to talk about is the sap green. Sap green is transparent and it's a very warm green. This green I don't use a lot on its own. I use it a lot in mixing. I mix it with the yellow for blonde hair. I mix it with the Perylene crimson and it makes a great brown warm shadow. This right here is the base color for darker skin tones. And it works really well for the shadows and fair skin. The sap green is a color that I like to put in the background. The green really pushes them forward and really complements the skin tones. Ultramarine turquoise is my signature color. It is the color that I used in almost all of the immersed paintings. It is beautiful as an inspiring color. It also works really well for getting accurate skin tone colors too. But the thing that I love that's so special about this color, it separates. The turquoise and the ultramarine separate, and it makes a beautiful variation. So you can do really fun, creative, expressive stuff with this color. But it also is really great for like the cooler highlights in dark skin. So if there's a very warm area and then there's a temperature shift with like a cool light falling onto the flesh color, that would be the turquoise. It works very well with this combo of the sap and the perylene. So these three together work really well in shadows and achieving like depth in the hair. And then again, I love putting it in the background because it complements the portrait so well. Okay, the last color is Payne's Gray, and this is a color that you can use in so many different ways. A light veil of the color really gives you a nice blue for blue eyes, the sky reflecting on hair. I love to use the lighter blue and the cool tones that are reflecting in the skin. But the darkest dark of Payne's Gray, full strength, is going to be your black. Payne's Gray will never make your colors dull. It will keep things bright and lively in your portrait, but you'll be able to get your fullest, darkest values with this color. I'm going to mix my Payne's Gray with the Perylene Crimson and Sap Green, and this really gives the darkest values in the eyes, the eyebrows, in hair, and lighter complexion into the shadows, like a cooler shadow. You can layer this right on top. And also, it works really well in this earring, where you're needing something that is going to take that value to the darkest dark. You've got it with the Payne's Gray. I'm going to start with a lighter, fairer complexion. I'm going to start with the highlights where the light is falling onto the skin. I'm going to touch into the nickel azo yellow and the pyrrole orange. Together, these two make the perfect light skin color. This is the warm light, leaning a little bit more yellow. And then the cool light would be just a veil of the straight pyrrole orange. Gives it like a very cool pink. Now moving into a little bit deeper color, and I'm just going a little heavier on the pigment and start to add a little bit of the Perylene Crimson. So those are the three warm colors in the palette, and now working into shadow, and that I'm going to move into mixing some of the cool colors. We're going to start out with the Sap Green and how it mixes with the Perylene Crimson. It's kind of a warmer shadow, and then cool shadows are more of the turquoise and the crimson. Then I'm going to be just adding another layer. So it sets up, and then you can just keep stacking layer after layer to build into even deeper, darker values. So now we're going to do the dark skin tone. In the highlights of dark complexion, I'm always seeing the veils of these two colors, either the Payne's Gray or the Ultramarine Turquoise. So I'm going to start out with my lightest lights here being that highlight color. And then I move straight into this combo right here, which is the Sap Green and the Perylene Crimson. And this is a really great color for the very dark complexions. It stays really vibrant. You can layer and layer. This is the base color for brown and black skin. The variation of this is just mixing a little bit more of this Perylene Crimson. So this is like the highlight of the skin, and then this would be the lights, like where the light is hitting the skin. So you're getting the actual skin color. And then, there's areas where it's more pink. I'm going to add a little bit more crimson in those areas. And then in the areas where it's a little more yellow, I'm going to lean more towards the Sap Green. Now, as the dark complexion goes into shadow, I'm going to add more pigment, and I'm going to dip into the cool colors a little bit more with the Ultramarine Turquoise and the Payne's Gray. This would be like the darkest shadow in the skin. I get the darkest darks by layering. I'm able to have more control that way. I hope you've enjoyed my introduction to these colors. As you can see, you only need a handful of colors to achieve luminous portraits. We would love to see what you create, so feel free to share your paintings with us on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. And as always, thanks for watching.